Okay, last question. On nearly a daily basis, I'm reading articles about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Does the existence of these virtual currencies, which can't really be called currencies, but let's just use the marketing term for them for now and call them currencies. Have you dealt with these yet? Have you seen fraud involving these currencies? Do you think that they create a higher opportunity for business fraud or any sort
Well,
of?
I have to stop you there. Needless to say, I'm a little suspicious of new forms of investment, and I've had several approaches for me to either invest or learn more about it from someone who made a living selling you these investments. And I think I've been watching it, and it's been exploding in growth as far as bitcoins are concerned. But I have a feeling it's blowing up so high that it will eventually bust. It's not unlike other deals where, especially in real estate, where you started to see investments and loans, which had 10 years ago got nicknamed ninja loans, no income, no job, no income, or assets. And when there's something that's so complex and you don't understand it, and suddenly all kinds of people are jumping into it, kind of, it almost reminds you of Madoff and all these different kinds of deals where people guarantee you you're going to do great, and it's the new thing and it's fantastic, and all of a sudden it busts. So maybe it has to bust to be able to come down into some regulated issue. I can hope so, but no, I am not involved in it at the moment. Early on in my career, I became a licensed security salesman to work for a brokerage firm, and decided that it was a little too strange for me. So I understand it, but I don't understand how it works. If I don't understand how it works, I'm not going to get involved. But I would like to end with one quick comment. We hear a great deal about background checks about individuals. We're not going to hire somebody until we do a background check. We're not going to invest with someone until we do a background check, and all this kind of stuff. Here's the weakness in background checks. A background check only reports what has been reported. In other words, if they were arrested, there's an arrest report. By the way, an arrest is not a conviction. It's simply an arrest. It will show defaults, it'll show credit issues, but it won't show if someone committed fraud at the company they worked at before, or in several companies, because people will not sue, they will not report it, because as I said, it's embarrassing. So their quiet activities before will never come to light. So you can look at their background, but it's only what has been available in public. So I don't put a whole lot of trust in background checks. And one case I worked on was a CFO who actually, first time I ever saw it, and last time, she cloned the corporation. She actually was able to get herself signed on to the documents, to the corporate documents as an officer. She opened up bank accounts under the corporation's name, and she would take checks payable to the corporation and deposit into the corporation named account that they didn't know about. They did, after an enormous amount of loss and all kinds of other entanglements. They fired her, and they didn't know that she was so prepared for it that she had set up her own way of actually erasing the computer hard drives. However, they didn't bother to get them checked, because you can still check it, you can still recreate it once it's deleted, but once you've gone over it, you can't, or it's very expensive and very unreliable. Anyway, they did not press charges against her. As he said to me, I don't want any of my customers to know, and he was very prominent in a very small industry. I don't want anyone to know that I wasn't in total control of my company. Well, it turned out the woman who became his CFO from her prior job suddenly left her prior job, and comments were that for some reason a lot of money started missing or becoming missing over a several month period. And when she left the company stopped losing all that money. So they hired her in the same kind of a job where she was before, potentially defrauding them. And she came to them with a clean bill of health. There you go.